Hello everybody, welcome back to another AI video. In this one, we're in ChatLLM Teams, and today I'm going to show you how to become an AI superhero. Straight up, guys, I'm going to show you some of the best tips, tricks, suggestions to prompt LLMs to get the best responses. And we're not going to deal with just a single LLM. We're going to look at a bunch of them. We're going to look at Sonnet 3.5. We've got GPT 4.0. We've got O1 Preview. We've got Gemini. It's all here. I'm going to walk you through it step by step. It's awesome. Let's go. All right, so the first step's an easy one. Head over to their website. I've got a link in the description below. If you've got an account, click on sign in. If you don't have an account, just click on get started here. And by the way, keep in mind that this is only $10 per user per month. I mention that because ChatGPT alone is $20 a month. So for half the price, you get access to not only all the large language models, but you get AI video generation, AI image generation, AI document generation. It's all in here. It's absolutely wild. Click on get started, log in, and now let's dig in. All right, here we are. We're logged in. Now, before I go into some of the prompting examples, what I like to do, and this is purely optional, is you can go up here to the top right, and you'll see your name here. My name's Curtis Pike. I'm going to click on that. That gives me access to the profile, and under profile, I can select Customize ChatLLM. When you do that, you can go ahead and give ChatLLM custom instructions that it will abide by for all responses in the future. So again, this is purely optional, but if you see here, I can customize ChatLLM deployment. So right now it's set to Claude Sonnet 3.5, but I'm just going to go ahead and set it back to default. So whatever the default response is for that instance. Again, you can go ahead and override these things. What would you like ChatLLM to know about you to provide better responses? Well, let's just say I am an AI enthusiast that lives in Canada. Something like that, okay? You can type in anything you want, whatever you want it to know. And then finally, and this is probably the most important part, is how would you like ChatLLM to respond? Okay, so do I want it to respond professionally? Do I want it to be witty and clever or, sarcastic? I mean, what type of look am I going for here? So I'm going to go, please respond in a witty and clever manner. Something like that, okay? Again, this is purely optional. And then finally down here at the bottom, web search, image generation, code execution, playground. Yes, I want them all turned on, but if they were something you didn't want to run with, you can go ahead and deselect them, and then done. We're done. Now, with that customization out of the way, let's get into some prompting. All right, once you're logged in, you should see a screen that looks just like this. Let's get going. The first thing I like to do, head up to the top, click on that down arrow. Right now it says GPT 4.0. I'll just click on that here. But you'll see you have access to all the different large language models, all of them state-of-the-art. Claude Sonnet 3.5, Gemini 1.5 Pro, O1 Mini, O1 Preview. All the big ones are in here ready to go. You also get access to AI Engineer, which you can create custom chatbots with and custom agents with. I've done a few videos on that, but let's get going here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to show you a coding prompt. Now for coding, I'd like to use Root LLM or Route LLM, depending on how you pronounce that. Right up here at the top, I've gone ahead and selected that. Keep in mind that you can select any large language model. So if you wanted to select GPT 4.0 for it, you can go ahead and do that. But I use Route LLM, and then watch this. It's going to select the best large language model based on the prompt that I type in here. So let's go ahead and say, let's go ahead and do that, right? Write a snake game in Python, make it executable. Thanks. You always got to say thank you. Something simple like this. Let's just go ahead and hit the go button here. And watch this. Root LLM is routing it to Claude Sonnet 3.5. Awesome. That is a fantastic choice. And that would be the one that I would have selected if it was up to me. And it is up to me. But in this case, Root LLM has selected Sonnet 3.5. And here you go. You can see it is executing it right here in front of our eyes. This is awesome. I'm going to come back when this is done. Actually, it looks like it's already done here. It says here, to run this game, here's what you have to do. Here's the game controls. Here are the features. And if I want to regenerate it using one of these other LLMs, I can go ahead and do that. Let's say I wanted to see what it looks like in GPT 4.0 because I'm doing a comparison to see which one's better. I just hit the regenerate button and bang, it's going to cook it up in 4.0. So there you go, guys. That's the first thing I wanted to show you. Now let's look at a little bit more complex and in-depth prompts. All right, the next thing I want to show you are clarifying questions and how awesome these are. These are extremely important, but there's two types of clarifying questions. Not everybody understands this. There's asking the large language model to give us a response and then ask me clarifying questions. And then the other version is I ask the large language model the questions instead of it going and asking me. So I'm going to show you both examples in parallel. Here we go. Let's start off with this prompt here. Brainstorm 10 TikTok ideas for a generative AI course. Ask me clarifying questions until you are 95% confident you can complete the task successfully. So I'm basically saying, hey, keep asking me things until you're confident that you can give me the answer that I am looking for. Take a deep breath and remember to search the internet to get up-to-date information. I just throw that in there just in case it forgets. I'll hit enter. Again, we're using Root LLM. You're going to see here that it has selected or routed it to GPT 4.0 or 4 Omni, which is a great choice. And then here we go. To brainstorm 10 TikTok ideas for a generative AI course, I need to clarify a few details to ensure the ideas are tailored to your goals and audience. Perfect. And then it breaks it down step by step. This is exactly what I wanted here. And here are the clarifying questions. Target audience. Who's the primary audience? What's your course focus, tone, and style? All things that the LLM needs to know in order to help me with this. So let's just go ahead and do a quick one here. So I'm just going to put in one. My target audience is university students. Sure, we're just going to do this real quickly here. Then I'm going to hold down the shift key and hit enter so it doesn't go ahead. 2, course focus is on image creation. And again, I'm not going to go through the whole thing here. I'm just going to show you an example. Watch this. I hit enter. It's going to go ahead and look through this. And there we go. It says, all right, we have a few more additional clarifying questions. Now, this is the LLM asking me the questions. Let's switch over here and watch this. Now I'm going to ask the LLM to clarify for me instead of vice versa. So here we go. What do the witches, here's an example. What do the witches in Macbeth represent? Here we go, nice and simple. And it's going to give me a nice basic answer. Here we go. And it's going to use Route LLM. And again, it selected who did it select? 4.0 Mini. Okay, good stuff. So here, it gives me 5 different things that the witches in Macbeth represent. Now, I want to get some clarification on a few points. So this one here, gender roles. I don't fully understand how that would work. So let's ask a clarifying question. How do gender roles come into play in Macbeth? Question mark, please explain in detail. So I'm just getting clarification like, hey, I don't understand number 5. What are you talking about? So here we go. Watch this. This is the clarification question. And now it gives me a nice big long response. And you can go through it. I might even put this in the description so you can read through it. And then it gives me an example. Lady Macbeth and the subversion of femininity. Okay, never thought of that. Macbeth and the pressure of masculinity. Okay, Macbeth was a toxic male way back in the 15th century. Okay, and on it goes, guys. This is clarifying questions both from the LLM and from me to the LLM. That's a great example. Let's take a look at a few more. All right, the next thing I want to show you is what's called chain of thought prompting, or COT. This comes in really handy if you're doing logic and reasoning, mathematics, even if you just wanted to check to make sure that your answers are not hallucinated or you've got a wrong answer. Here you go. Let me show you an example here. I'm going to use Claude Sonnet 3.5 for this one here. And this is the famous question. Watch this. How many R's are in the word strawberry? You've probably seen a meme about this. You've seen it on x.com or Twitter. You'll know that there are 3 R's in strawberry. I'm going to go ahead and hit the go button. Watch what it tells us. Let me count the R's in strawberry. The word strawberry contains 2-letter R's. And if we zoom in, it highlights the first R, the second R, but it misses the third R. What's going on there? It's just going and taking data from its training data, basically. It's just going ahead and giving us an answer based on its training data. But watch this. This is chain of thought prompting. It's a very simple one. But let's go ahead and use the same prompt again. But watch this. At the end, explain this step. I'm going to go step by step. Now, there are multiple ways to do this. You could say, hey, explain your reasoning or explain your thinking, or let's go through this step by step. I'm just going to type this and watch what happens now. How many R's are in the word strawberry? Explain this step by step. This is chain of thought prompting. It's doing some research. It's going to do its thing. Let's see what it comes up with. Here we go. So it is going ahead and going through this iteratively, step by step. This is fantastic. So it spells it out. It goes through each letter individually. It counts them all up. And then final answer, the word strawberry contains 3-letter R's. And these were both done in Claude Sonnet 3.5. But by just adding in that little bit here at the end, we turned it into a chain of thought prompt, and it got the right answer. So that is something you definitely want to keep in mind, and that's how easy it is to do. Okay, let's take a look at one more thing, and then we're going to wrap it all up. All right, last but not least, I want to show you how you can do things like using prompts to create images and videos and things like that. Let me give you an example here. If I'm just in Claude Sonnet 3.5 here, and I go, make a video of a dog, reading a book, it will not do it just out of the box here. This is something, but it'll say, yeah, I can't do that because I'm a large language model. Watch this, though. If I go down here to the bottom and I click on this more button here and I go video gen, I'm going to go ahead and use the same prompt, but in this case, it loads up a video generation option, and then I can select from Luma Labs, Kling AI, Runway, etc. And if I put the same prompt in here, in this little prompt box, it's going to go ahead and generate a video for me. Watch this. Generating video. This may take a while. It's the same prompt, but we just did it a little differently, and now we're going to get a high-end video out of it. The same thing goes if I click on new chat over here on the left side. If I want an image, create an image of a dog reading a book. And I got to learn how to spell. There we go, something like that. Okay, create an image. If I was to go ahead and hit enter on this, it would not work. If I click this image button right here, well, look at that here. Now I just go ahead and type that in here and generate, and it's going to say, I guarantee it, creating an image. Come back here, generating image, it's rolling. So that is another prompting technique. It's kind of unique to ChatLLM, but it matters. So here we go. And if you ever can't find your things that you're, oh, look at that image. That is fantastic. Golden Retriever, it's got a bow tie on. All right, I love it. But if you ever can't, if you ever need to go back and check on your previous creations, you can go back through this here. Here's an example of a video of a dog reading a book. And look at that here. We've got that there. So again, this is another prompting technique. It's unique to ChatLLM, but it's awesome. And there you have it, guys. Those are just some techniques. ChatLLM is awesome. It's got all the large language models in it. It's got image generation, video generation, you name it. It's here. Links in the description below. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.